So I wanted to cover this, a bit of an update on the Kronii situation that we covered, I want to say a week ago. Pretty sure it was last week. But yeah, we covered the whole Kronii situation with her getting canceled over a dad joke, over a pun. She ended up getting removed as a voice actress from a game. I cannot remember the name of the game for the life. I think it's called Eternal Return. I think some shit like that. The point is, Kronii got canceled over a pun. She responded, very classy. They doubled down, and apparently they've tripled down on it. So I'm very excited to see what the whole tripling down is about. So I'm very excited. I think Kronii did actually respond to the tripling down. So I'm also excited to see that, because actually I have not seen if she replied to it or not. But we'll see. We'll see, chat.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here.
Hi,
Rev.
Rev.
Those moments on this channel where we've reached a trilogy regarding a situation.
I love a good trilogy.
Of course, is the Kronii and Eternal Return drama, and this is.
I did get it right. Eternal Return. Damn, I'm a smart little cookie.
This situation, a very unfortunate one, where the team at Eternal Return basically
very dumb fucking
any
situation.
It
should have never happened.
Thanks to a very weird campaign resulting in the firing of Kronii from a voice acting role in this game. And now we have a hopefully final statement from the developers Nimble Neuron, who simultaneously attempted to apologize to Kronii while tripling down on their decision to fire her. Now, of course, Kronii will handle this like a class act, but that doesn't deter any of the bad actors who are still attacking her over a completely ridiculous situation, a cancellation over a G-rated joke she made nearly 5 years ago. So here's some context for those who are not familiar. We have this free-to-play game, Eternal Return, that has a primary Japanese fan base, but also a large Korean fan base, and also what I'm sure they hoped was a growing overseas fan base as well. And to help grow that overseas fan base, they employed the voice acting of Hololive's Kronii, who's not just a very popular VTuber, but also an established voice actress. Now, she was supposed to provide the official role for Be Young. She provided the voice acting roles for this character. However, they were eventually removed. Now, this is not too surprising that she got a role like this.
We talked about all this stuff before.
An active voice acting career on her past life account, Datuvo, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You can see her resume here.
We didn't really go that much into like depth to this extent, but we did cover this, right? The basic overview.
It is a very accomplished one.
Yep.
Okay, she is someone who is a
She's good. She has a nice voice. Like I said when we were talking about it, she has a nice voice.
Character, there was many fans of Eternal Return, particularly from the Korean fan base, who were trying to cancel her and successfully did so over a joke she made in a stream 5 years ago.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
I'm gonna kill this boar. He's such a bore.
I'm gonna go.
A boring. Ha 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 ha.
Now, I can't reiterate enough that this was a stream sponsored by Eternal Return, including Kronii, from over 4 years ago. And as you just saw, the joke that led to so much animosity and
such a G-rated joke, man. Literal dad joke. No issues.
Joke. A play on words.
No issues whatsoever.
This was partially the result of bad actors, but also a lot of misunderstanding. However, it was successful in getting Kronii removed from the game. This was an official announcement made earlier this month, and you can see it was hit with a community note saying, context, apparently it's because she made a pun about a boar, saying a boring 4 years ago. I'm serious. And I like these sassy community notes because this whole situation was crazy. And of course, people were roasting.
I love it when they have
developers
their
the
fair bit of
replies
fun
to
in the
the
community
announcement.
notes, man.
And Kronii would make a joke about
Yep.
this joke of a situation.
I remember this.
saying,
This was
"Breaking news,
absolute
Tyre is
tier.
hiring, and a
Absolute
bore is
cinema."
boring. If you found this pun to be controversial, then hospital, which is obviously just a joke about this whole situation and all the misunderstandings, mistranslations,
Yep.
and also the work of bad actors involved. But then on the 14th, we got another response, not from their official Japanese account, but instead the official Twitter account for Eternal Return on the English side made an
Ooh,
announcement.
I remember
previewing
this.
new character, and the replies were absolutely brutal because the character was without voice acting lines.
Yep.
Just muted.
Yeah,
at this point.
they
And you could
literally just fucking muted the character. That's how serious that boar pun was, man. You would think that she started fucking quoting fucking Hitler speeches or some shit. Like, damn, a boar pun was that serious to you, huh?
see people saying you seriously don't think we're forgetting
This
about
is
this, saying
absolute
bore here.
idiocy,
And saying,
man.
I don't know, looks a little boring to me. And well, the YouTube announcement for this did not go any better. In fact, I think
Yep.
it went a lot worse for them. They got 120 likes versus nearly 1,000 dislikes. And
Wow.
the comment section is completely ripping them apart.
Yeah.
Really highlighting a failed opportunity,
Yeah, I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. They really shot themselves in the foot with this. Like if they wanted a wider global audience, they really fucked themselves over with this decision.
missed opportunity to bring in more overseas players. And that is reflected in the highest reviewed Steam reviews here. You can see this one getting tons of traction from a player who's put in an immense amount of hours into this game, not only speaking about how pathetic this whole situation is, but what a missed opportunity was for this game to expand its overseas audience that is
Yep.
really lacking at the moment. And the
Yep.
overall Steam reviews, especially the recent ones, are brutal. You can see the gigantic
They
dip
were,
over here
yeah, they were
of
getting
negative
absolutely
reviews, and this is
fucking
all
destroyed in the
from
reviews,
the
man.
Kronii situation. However, we have gotten another announcement today.
Oh boy.
Notice regarding changes to Byung's English voice. And they would provide a link to their website where they would explain in details what happened here.
Oh
And
boy.
it's not great. I'm gonna be
Oh,
honest with
no.
you. It's not very good.
Oh,
So this is the director.
I was so
of
excited,
Nimble
too.
Neuron, the developer of this game, stating that at this time, when we are about to enter the new season and provide you with a fun experience, we sincerely apologize for causing a lot of worry and confusion related to the English voice change of the character Byung. I would like to explain Nimble Neuron's view on this matter and its future management policy. Number 1, information on changing Byung's English voice. The casting of Byung's English voice was carried out after numerous blind test auditions. We decided that Dautuvo's, Kronii's, wonderful performance would best match the direction of the character and the image we envisioned of Byung. So we decided to cast him. I think that's just a translation error.
yeah.
However, concerns about the external circumstances surrounding the character led to the decision to change Byung's English voice.
right.
We sincerely apologize
Yeah.
to all the players
What the fuck does
who have
that
been
mean?
looking forward to Byung's English voice in the game. The characters in Eternal Return belong to the world of
Hold
Lumia.
on, hold on.
Sincerely apologize.
I wanted.
However, concerns about the external circumstances surrounding the character led to the decision
Surrounding the character from the game or the character of Kronii? What? I don't even understand what the fuck that's supposed to mean.
to change Byung's English voice. We sincerely apologize to all the players who have been looking forward to Byung's English voice in the game. The characters in Eternal Return belong to the world of Lumia Island. Lumia Island is a separate space with its own story, characters, and background, although it may reflect a part of reality. We have
Ah.
regarded it as a core value that Lumia Island will be maintained as a unique world of eternal return. At the time, we were concerned that opinions about characters could extend beyond the game and affect the player's experience.
Ah,
this decision
yeah.
was made with the aim of detaching and minimizing discussions about matters outside of the game. However, in the process of rushing to make a decision and trying to respond quickly to concerns, we were unable to fully discuss and coordinate with the voice actor himself and other related parties. As a result, we sincerely apologize for the great inconvenience and disappointment caused to Dartuvo, our partners, and all of the players who supported and looked forward to this appointment. So you can see.
All right, so you guys are just fucking retarded. Got it. Answers all my questions. Whole lot of words for a very simple answer.
They're admitting that they rushed to make a quick decision and responded quickly and clearly made a bad choice. But they're standing firm in this while also apologizing.
Absolute
we are committed to more careful operation
idiocy.
And process improvement. It took time from the occurrence of this incident to the announcement, and during that time we received concerns and criticisms from many people. I would like to deeply apologize for this point as well.
I just want to remind everybody that this is over a fucking boar pun. A dad joke. Right? A dad joke that your dad would probably make. Alright? Like, the most rated G pun that you could possibly think of.
I thought that jumping to conclusions without going through a thorough dialogue and deliberation process with everyone involved would be to repeat the same mistake. We have decided that it is important to finally sort out the current situation through sufficient dialogue and move on to the next stage. Through this incident, I am keenly aware of the need for more careful and responsible judgment in the operation of the service. In the future, we will further strengthen the process of preliminary consideration and internal consultation for cases involving external collaboration and communication, and supplement the process to ensure precise procedures. In addition, we will do our best to fully understand the background of each region and reflect it in our operations, and to ensure that the problem does not escalate due to our immaturity, as in this case. We will listen to your feedback and concerns more promptly and responsibly reflect them in our overall operations. I do not believe that the disappointment and anxiety that everyone is currently feeling will be resolved with this announcement alone. We will not stop with words,
and
but we'll take all the
anxiety.
feedback we receive with caution and do our best to restore trust through future operations and responses.
Good luck, buddy. Your game is fucking cooked. Alright? Your game is absolutely cooked. Okay? If you wanted a wider Western audience, you really did a good job of fucking that up.
Finally, number 3, I will continue to work hard as a service director with responsibility. We take it very seriously that this incident has caused a lot of concern to many players. Eternal Return is a global service that players from different cultures enjoy together. That's why we should have been more careful in operating our services. However, in the process of considering and responding to this matter, there have been some issues that have not been reached, resulting in unnecessary confusion and concern for everyone involved and players. All responsibility
is
for this
that
matter lies
right?
with me, the service director. We would like to deeply and sincerely apologize to all the players for this lack of management and coordination in this situation. We sincerely apologize. So you can see, on the one hand, they are trying to apologize, while on the other hand, at this point, tripling down on their decision to fire her over a boar joke. She did, make no mistake, nothing wrong. Not even remotely close by any interpretation of the situation.
Nope.
And you can see the replies are roasting her, saying, in short, we fired her over a dad joke and we are tripling down. In quotes, due to unexpected external circumstances, we decided to change Byung's English voice, end quote. Man, shut up. We all know the stupid reason to you, no more excuse. After all these days, it's too late to apologize. Translation. Notice regarding changes to Byung's English voice. We're morons who would rather double down on our idiocy than admit we were stupid beyond belief for firing a talented voice actress. Please see how stupid we are. Link below. And then this one right here. Apologize or double down. In my honest opinion, this is a triple down. Yeah, that's what Nimble Neuron would do here. However, Dasuvo would have a very classy response to all this, quoting the original announcement here, saying, I've been in contact with the lead of business and we've been able to come to a conclusion. Despite how I have to let down those who are looking forward to my voice, I am very sorry to let those fans down. The English audition and recording process itself was pleasant. Thank you to those who worked with me. It is unfortunate how this turned out, and I hope other voice actors will not have to experience what I have.
Wow, so much class,
that I still
chat.
have a lot of room to grow alongside the many veterans in this field. However, seeing the incredible support and encouragement from so many communities has inspired me to work even harder. Despite these unfortunate circumstances, I will use this energy to further my skills and do my best to live up to that support. Thank you. Which is great.
Wow, very, very classy and respectful, very professional. I mean, it's total victory for Kronii, honestly, chat. It is a total victory for Kronii. Right? Because she did nothing wrong, and she got she got canceled over a fucking pun and lost this voice acting opportunity over a fucking dad joke. And now she comes out of this looking great, and everybody is on her side. Everybody loves Kronii, right? I don't think. How can you hate Kronii, man? All right, how can you hate Kronii? All right, that's the real. How could you possibly hate Kronii? All right, we all love Kronii, all right, chat. All right, we love Kronii around these parts. But yeah, I mean, she comes out of this favorably, while the game studio and the game itself really shot themselves in the foot. They just really fucked themselves over for no real reason. They fucked themselves over a dad joke. Good job there, champ.
I'm glad she got so much support and was able to see that, because
yeah, I'm very happy that people were on her side.
Took her side.
Because
this whole thing was
the way it should be.
Absolutely ridiculous, and she has
the way it should be. This situation was absolutely. This was hands down the most retarded cancellation that we've covered on the channel so far, man. Okay, we covered the cha-cha stuff. Understandable. I 100% saw that outrage coming. She made a nice joke. I saw it coming. Iris, that was also really stupid, but, you know, a lot of anti-AI people out there. Every single one of the Tomoe cancellations were retarded. But, again, Trump in office, very patriotic horsewoman in the military. I expected it, okay? But Kronii getting canceled over a fucking boar pun was definitely not in my it was not in the cards for me. I was not expecting it. It was not on my bingo board. It completely blindsided me. I was caught off guard by that one, all right? This is hands down the dumbest cancellation that we've talked about so far this year, all right? Well, we'll see. Maybe something even more idiotic comes out in the future, right?
Apologize for her. She doesn't need to grow from this situation. And that was reflected in many of the comments. People were supporting Kronii, saying the fact that you've been handling this like a champ despite how frivolous the situation is speaks to your maturity.
Very
like
elegant.
Glad you were able to get some sort of closure. However, you can see some of the bad actors replying, like this person saying, people who become virtual YouTubers or people who are really into watching them seem to lack social skills. Maybe because they're not very intelligent. This
same people crashing out over a pun, by the way. All right, I just want I really, really want to hammer this home, chat. These are the people, okay, crashing out over a fucking boar pun. Make it make sense. Look in a mirror once, my friend.
This is coming from the crowd of people who wanted to
You have no leg to
remove
stand
the
on.
voice acting role because she made a joke about boars, a play on words. But no. It's VTubers and Kronii in particular who lacks social skills and is not very intelligent. Insane. But despite the ridiculous comment, Datuvo Kronii would make a very classy response saying, "One thing I must gently remind others as I see some of these comments crop up is that I've always been an English voice actor as Datuvo and nothing else. As a result, it's difficult to understand the point you're trying to make when you are involving third parties. I hope that you don't have to talk badly of others." And here's just another ridiculous comment. This person saying, "You can't police every fan, but when your community hurls threats at your collaborators, you become a liability. It doesn't matter if you didn't ask them. The baggage makes working with you a net negative. Your fan base is ruining your reputation," which is an app.
That is hilarious. That is really, really funny. That is awesome. So you're telling me that Kronii is responsible for how many subscribers does she have over on the YouTubes? I think she has like I want to say 900K or 1 million subscribers on YouTube. You're telling me that she is solely responsible for the actions of all of these people. Right? Let's just assume that most of them are adults. You're telling me that this grown woman is responsible for the actions of these people who you don't even really know 100% if they are actually Kronii fans. She is responsible for what they do and say on the internet to other people. And also, can you show me proof of these death threats? Do you have proof of these death threats happening? Or is the source just that you made it up?
Absolutely ridiculous thing to say. Obviously, she is not responsible for anyone, but this whole situation was the result of toxic and aggressive people, either intentionally or unintentionally.
Yeah, she literally didn't start anything. This was all started by the, I don't really know what to call it, detractors, bad actors, retards? I don't really know. But this was all started by them. She did nothing. She never started anything. This was brought up to her. Yeah, the boys were crashing out over a 5-year-old pun. She did nothing. She didn't start anything.
Misinterpreting.
She simply responded
about boars. Again, to highlight this, what a missed opportunity for Eternal Return. One of the biggest complaints I see is a lack of an overseas player base. And you have this incredibly accomplished and popular VTuber who has a massive English-speaking audience. Get a role with this game. It would have been the greatest promotion for this game. It would have been so healthy for the English-speaking overseas audience, but it was squandered. Okay, I don't think anybody who is an English-speaking gamer has anything to do with this out of principle.
Cinema.
They completely dropped the ball, but Kronii handled this like a champ. She has nothing to apologize for.
She handled this incredibly. All right, like she could not have handled it any better.
And that's really the trilogy and hopefully the conclusion of the situation. Now, as we go out the door here, we've been talking about this for several weeks, but I just want to do one last promo here of the plushie campaign. When you see this video live, there's going to be only a few hours left. There is no more extensions. This is it. We are now over 500 units raised.
Woo!
We are 500+% funded on this campaign with Uwu Market. You can see my plushie here. Here's the courtesy 360 view. If you want to get this,
nice.
I'll put a link to this campaign in the pinned comment. Like I said, only a couple hours left, so
sick nasty, irreverent.
A bit of a temptation to buy this plushie. This is truly
I am tempted,
chance,
all right.
So be sure to check it out. But I wanted to say, as a wrap up here, thank you guys so much for the incredible support on this campaign and also the incredible support on my wife, Darling Straub's accompanying campaign. She's raised over 300 units herself.
300.
Couldn't be more proud. This is a really cool thing. And I'll put a link to her campaign in the pinned comment as well if you want to check that out.
Awesome
But
stuff.
thank you
Like I've said in the past chat, Uwu Market is fucking based, right? They're awesome. They're great.
guys again for the incredible support on this campaign. But this is going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please give a like. Please consider subscribing and turning on notifications for daily uploads on this channel, as well as multiple streams a week here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Overall, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time.
There you have it, ladies and germs. Like I said, I think Kronii handled this perfectly. She could not have possibly handled this any better. I mean, it was absolutely phenomenal, right? She doubled down on the puns, right? I think she responded very well to this on stream when she said that she wasn't going to apologize for anything because she did nothing wrong, which I 100% agree with. You know, she responded to that statement from the company, and she was very respectful, very professional, very awesome. And I mean, yeah, I mean, everybody's on her side on this. Everybody is on her side about this, because this is a completely ridiculous situation that should have never happened to begin with. This should have never happened. She should have never been canceled over first of all, a 5-year-old pun, but also one of the most innocent and rated G puns possible. Like, not even a controversial joke. Not controversial in the slightest. Just a silly little play on words, alright? Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But we're happy to see that Kronii walked away from this with a big fat W. And yeah, W Kronii. Owning those nerds.